From that to this, stay tuned. But before we dive in, please leave a like and comment on what you want to see in the future. With that being said, let's dive right in. Here I'm just cutting the rebar. Unfortunately, I wasn't there for the footing, but maybe I can show you guys in another video. So this part's really important. You want to make sure that you're tying your horizontal and vertical rebar together, and for each new ICF block that you put in, you want to make sure you're tying that down. Now with the ICF blocks all in, we're going to be leveling and bracing the top of the wall. Now I'm going to be setting up the columns. The columns are 8 feet from the exterior wall. Now with everything finished, it's time to start pouring. So now that we're finishing up, it's important to note that the next day you want to be getting rid of all of the wood that you see. So here's a little time lapse of me cutting the blue skin for our next step. Now the key to blue skin is that you don't want any exterior wall being exposed to the grade, so make sure you're putting it on straight. Now, after you're done with all the blue skin around the house, you want to put your dimple board where the grade's going to be. Here, we're starting to put our grade in. Now when you got everything into grade, it's time to compact. Now I'm glad we got that done right before winter hit. But with that being said, we had to get some firewood. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. Thank you. So here we're gonna get rid of the ice on top of the concrete to install our sill plates. Now we're going to drill holes and put our anchor bolts in to make sure the wood is held down to the concrete. Our next step is to put rim boards on and then floor choices in. After we get our floor choices in, it's time to put blocking in and then plywood. Now it's time to start framing. So this is a one-sided sloped roof. This wall is 8 feet tall and the high end on the other side will be 12 feet. So here I'm installing the top plate, and it's really important that you put the top plate on right away because it connects one wall to the other. With the 3 bracings we have, we're going to quickly level the walls to make sure they're completely straight. Afterwards, you can go ahead and sheet your walls so they won't go anywhere. So I know it doesn't look it, but these 12-foot walls were extremely heavy. Now we're going to build our lintel or header for the sliding door, which is on the far end where the viewpoint is. We always get pre-built rafters, but our rafters were only 2x4 and this was on a 2x6 wall. As the day came to an end, I started realizing how cold it was getting and was not excited for the coming weeks. So now we went ahead and put another layer of plywood on just to give the walls a little bit more sturdiness. So it ended up getting so cold that my phone decided to die, but here we're just putting on the rafters, pretty straightforward. After the rafters are on, you can go ahead and sheet the whole entire house. Also, you can cut out the windows and doors. Rafters also need blocking in between to make sure that the distance between each rafter is the same. Here we're installing the 2x4 where the fascia is going to sit. Now it's time to get our deck started. Here, I'm installing the rafter hangers. It's time to set up the timber for the deck. After you got your joist hangers in, you can put your floor choices in and then plywood. Now we're going to put in a top beam where our rafters are going to sit. So today we got our windows and doors, but the pathway was way too narrow. Now we're bracing the middle, also making sure that the distance is the same for each rafter. Installing 2x4 where the plywood's going to sit. Now that there's no more snow getting in the house, it's time to put a blanket on the house. While you're putting a blanket on the house, you can install your windows and doors. So, here's the finished project for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned for our next project at Codex Glen. Ding ding!